Thank you for tuning in on the channel Redeeming Thunder. You can also like and subscribe to Daughters of Fire, as I put only prophetic word of the Ordained Spouse series, Prodigal's Return series on that channel. Now, this word was given to me on 5/29/2024. And it has a lot to do with birthing twins and a baby. So birthing 3 things at once. Hallelujah. This is wonderful news. And this word was given to me through a dream where I saw twin fetus babies floating in the air around 13 weeks gestation, and then right next to each other it looked to be a womb. Then I saw an umbilical cord, and it led to a single baby. And this baby grew larger. I looked at the twins again, fetuses, and then looked at the single baby fetus and felt Yahusha was highlighting the baby. So there's a womb and there's a baby. It has a lot to do with divine assignments. Okay? Babies have to do with journeys and assignments and gifts. And the twins represent breakthrough and arise. And the baby represents the mantle of Esther, your ordained spouse relationship. And all of them are going to be getting birth all at once. Hallelujah. Okay, and he's sending you your ordained spouse who's from the tribe of Judah. He's bringing destiny helpers. There's another dream regarding a large house party, and it was a call for deliverance, worship, and praise. And it was helping those ones who wouldn't think that they were salvageable. I guess who have given up on themselves, okay? And this woman was at a friend's house, and she learned that she was only her friend because she was attracted to her. And she thought that she would accept people who were trans. Not just trans, but who would date trans. And this friend showed an pic of himself, which he's now a woman, and said, I can be your friend, she said, but I don't date trans. I don't date, but I can be your friend. Right? In the dream. And she wanted to be his friend because she was wanting to help him learn who Yahusha was, so he could be delivered. So he can accept himself for who he is. Self-love. And he explained that he really wanted to be an attractive person, and he didn't feel attractive as a boy. So he wanted to change his sexual orientation, and has made some changes, and he desired to be loved in return. Okay, so he had already made some transitions, and he was struggling with self-love, okay? And he realized he still felt something off and missing. And he began to get convinced that he had made a mistake, and he wanted to be a man instead. And then he realized it's too late because he already had some surgeries. So then I had invited him to this gathering. to listen to this band. And I knew that this band, they were going to play this deliverance song. And he agreed to attend. So she had met him at the house. They drove together to this one home. And when they arrived, he was the first guest. So she introduced him to everyone. They began to practice, and the friend was just there, kind of hanging out prior to the show, right? The main event. And the lyrics were awesome, and it was a beautiful song, and the beats were unique, and it was a song that I never heard before in, waking life, right? She, in the dream, had never heard it either. And the song was contagious. You hear the lyrics and you want to sing the song. Suddenly, that friend comes up to her and says, a different friend comes up to her and says, let's get different musicians. We can find a better drum player and a better guitarist. And this woman was like kind of shocked because she was like, no, they're doing great. They have talent. We don't need to replace them. And so because she was a close friend, she was trying to understand her point of view, because she was a top supporter for a long time, but suddenly she just wanted the whole thing to just start over from scratch. And it kind of seemed like, does she have true intentions? That other friend. So suddenly the friend that this woman invited began to manifest these demons as the music was playing. And the body had involuntary movements. And he began to be afraid and wanted to leave. And he wanted to call his dad to pick him up. But I told him, well, you drove here. You could just drive home. And the clue here is the Most High will bring those lost sheep to you. And your assignment is to assist in their deliverance. They will find you and you will invite them and they will show up. Okay? On a side note there. And I said, you don't need to be afraid. Just be still and you will be set free. So he didn't leave, and he seemed that part of him wanted to experience what it meant to be set free, probably from his sadness and from his self-rejection, and he wanted to experience a different mindset. And that's the first part of deliverance, is being willing to embrace that change. Now that mini gathering hasn't begun yet, and so they were already experiencing a supernatural miracle. Okay, that was really wonderful. That time frame was summertime, and it was very hot outside. There was skylight windows above, and every spot that this woman stood, the sun was beaming down on her in the home. She was the only one feeling very, very hot. And she thought it felt like the sun was on her. She decided to go outside, go check to see if there were some sandals so she could switch to, because she was very hot and those heels were hurting her feet and making her feet feel very hot. And when she walked down the steps, down the walkway towards the detached garage, the garage door was closed, but there was a gathering of people where they stood under this overhang cover, and it looked to be that the car was parked there. And now her supposed BFF, who wanted to break apart the music group, now one of her brothers were at the front gate, and they were gathering the tickets, $250 ticket, for this mini gathering. Now this woman is shocked because they're charging $250 per ticket to get in. She thought that it was a fun backyard event, a free event. She didn't realize that now they're now charging money to get in. And these people sounded excited to attend the event. They did not care to spend $250 to get in. So now she's waiting for a moment so that she can squeeze through and find her car. So she has to squeeze through the group of people. But as she went to try to like just meander through, she noticed that these people were standing there at the entrance, and they were staring at her, and they looked very happy to see her. And she didn't recognize them, but and she was shaking their hand, introducing herself. And meanwhile, she's kind of distracted because her feet feel like they're on fire. So she's tiptoeing to see if she could see her car, so she can get the other sandals. Now the car was moved elsewhere, and other cars were parked alongside the neighborhood cul-de-sac, and many people were gathering to purchase the tickets to get in. And when she managed to get through the group of people, she noticed that someone just arrived, and he was very smiley and greeting and very friendly, and it was the ordained spouse. And he was happy to see, she was happy to see him. They were all happy to see him. They recognized him. And they were happy he was attending this event. Apparently he's a well-known person. And it was kind of interesting because she just had in her mind that she wished that he would support her in this event. And suddenly he had shown up, and he was there. She walked back to the house. Not the front of the house, through the back. And there was a kiddie pool. And there was green grass. And there were stairs at the top. Like up a hill. The house was on a hill. And finally, she's in the home again, in the windows with the skylight window. And when she arrived back at the house, she was being asked about the helicopter ride opportunity, paying $5,000 for immigration paperwork. And she said she declined that. And they really wanted to know how to obtain that deal. And she says, I don't have any information about that. Now the number 250 means arise. It means dawning. It means shining. It means the word prominent as one of the breakthroughs of the twins. Zerah, the twin brother of Perez, who was the sons of Judah and Tamar. And although his hand emerged first during birth, Perez was born before him. So first there is breakthrough, okay? But now there's a rise, and there's a rise coming to you, shining, where you're going to be on the spotlight. You're going to be ascending or rising to the occasion without timidness to your calling, to your prophetic calling. Okay? Now, with that word, that number H250, arise, goes with the Psalms 88:1, a song or psalms for the son of Korah to the chief musician upon Mahalath, Leanoth, Maschil of Heman, the Ezraite. O Yahuwah, Yahuwah of my salvation, Elohim of my salvation, have cried day and night before thee. And so the Most High wants you to pursue your promise with prayer. Arise because you need breakthrough. Now the number 5,000 stands for the miracle of feeding 5,000, symbolizes Yahuwah's provision and the need for trusting in Him. Emphasizes the significance of yielding to Yahuwah's will and challenges and the notion that Yahuwah never gives us more than we can handle. Supernatural provisions is coming, and it's coming now. Okay? Quite literally, there was a confirmation that additional funds were just deposited into the account. $1,000 here, $1,000 there, and then there was another $1,900 in that time frame, and it's going to happen again. And now I remember the song. So, in other words, before I talk about the song, I want to say the Most High gives you a business plan. If He gave you the business plan, He's going to give you the customers for that plan. Okay? If He gave you the ministry of being a musician, He's going to give you the supernatural ability to learn how to play those instruments. Okay? It's going to be anointed. And then He's going to bring the clients or the audience to pay to want to watch the performance that you are in. And they're going to know you from afar. Just like many people recognized her, but she didn't recognize them. But they were very happy to see her. Okay? So, for those that you need to provide deliverance, He's going to bring those to you. And they're going to be in that LGBQ community, and just being around you, they're going to be delivered from that. Now the song. You are my way.